Incorporating technology into the lesson Introduction to Cartooning was a valuable experience for me. The students were engaged from the start of the lesson to the end, which sparked meaningful discussion throughout the lesson. And I must admit, it increased the students' engagement almost 100%. When I incorporated the podcast to introduce the different elements of cartooning, facial expressions, and emotions, it really captivated the students in a way where they were excited, and I could see that they were shocked in some way. However, it really heightened the experience with them in the classroom, allowing them to express themselves in a positive way. It also deepened their understanding of each concept that was taught. They were able to recall all the steps. They were able to recite the things that they would have heard throughout the podcast, which really made the lesson different, engaging, and exciting. However, integrating this technology wasn't an easy task for me. I must admit it was very challenging and frustrating. This is because I was not used to using some of the technology tools that I was introduced to in this DipEd course. So I had to learn, take the time to go through everything that was presented to me in order for me to incorporate it into my lesson. And I must admit it was time consuming. It took a little longer for me to plan a lesson, and at times, like I said, was frustrating. However, I am really glad that I was able to incorporate technology into my lesson, as I would have seen the difference in my students as well as in the delivery of my lesson as an educator. In order to overcome these challenges, I know that I have to put in the work. I have to engage in personal and professional development. I plan to do this by seeking out workshops and short courses that integrate technology so that I can use it into my classroom. I also plan to work with the information technology department in my school. They also have short courses and workshops that teachers can engage in to encourage us to use more technology into the classroom and into our lessons. In terms of how incorporating technology has influenced me and my understanding of learning and teaching, I must say that it has deepened my understanding in many ways. In today's classroom, I believe that we teach digital natives. I refer to them as that because these students are surrounded by technology every single day. And over the years of teaching, I realized that the traditional chalk and talk, it wasn't working. It wasn't working at all. And I know that I needed a way to connect with my students. And I believe that incorporating technology would have bridged the gap for me in my school. I know that it is going to be challenging. However, I witnessed the transformation of my classroom, my students, and my lessons when I incorporated some sort of technology tool into the lesson or into my classroom, whether it was a podcast, whether it was animations on my PowerPoint. I saw a difference in the engagement level in my students. I saw a difference in my classroom. I saw a difference in my students' willingness to engage and to learn. Finally, I know that it is going to be challenging, like I said, but I do think that it is beneficial and necessary because the world is ever changing, the classroom is changing, so we have to change in order to reach our students.